What's up? What's up?
We are here. Late, but we're here.
We're here. We're here. We were here on time, but there was Oh my gosh. Turn this down.
Having problems.
Yeah.
So it is the end of February. We are still in Black History Month. We are still in it. So we are going to talk about some Black movies. But, we always kick it off with the last movie we watched. So, y'all, I spent the last hour trying to find the title of this movie that I recently watched. And I do not know what the hell it's called, but I'm going to tell y'all about it anyways. Y'all may be scrolling across Netflix and be like, oh, damn, that's that movie. Okay, so this is the movie I watched.
That we don't know the title
That we don't know the title to.
That
but
Netflix got rid of, apparently.
They probably did remove the movie. But okay, so it's a movie on Netflix. Black woman. They're in the UK because they have an accent. She is married to a white man who comes from money, but he really doesn't care for the money. He doesn't even like his own mother. They go to visit his mother because they're going to tell his mother that they're moving, actually. They're moving to Australia.
Okay.
When they break this news to the mother, she is like outright, you can't leave. You can't leave me. You're going to leave me. You can't leave me.
My mom.
And this man comes in who's not even related to them, but calls himself the brother, is asking him, so you're just going to leave mom? You're just going to leave mom?
But it's not his mom.
Right. Not even his mother. So she's distraught. You're not going anywhere. You're not leaving me. So they're like, oh no, we're leaving. So as they go home to pack, to leave, to go to Australia, he gets into this horrible accident. He dies. Then she finds out she's pregnant.
No.
And so then she goes to tell the mother all of this. And they forced her to stay in the house because they don't want her to leave. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, are they going to tell... do they want the baby? Are they going to sacrifice the baby? Like, why can't she leave? But they keep telling her, you're free to go if you want to. So all throughout the movie.
But they're drugging her?
They're drugging her food. They're putting stuff in her food, and she's realizing that they're drugging her food. So she tries to get back at them and try to escape the house. I think she must have escaped the house maybe 3 or 4 times, which every time she escaped the house, I was like, oh, damn, okay, she gonna get it. But every time, she calls her best friend, or she's on the side of the road, or she finds a stranger, they took her back to the house.
What?
So she's screaming.
So they're all in on it?
Yes. So at this point, I'm like, what the heck? And even her best friend, who thought the people was a little kooky, ends up taking her back to the house. She's kicking her friend, slapping her friend. Why are you taking me here? She's just driving, not even saying anything. So she ends up back in the house. I'm like, what is going on? Well, she ends up having the baby. And they took her baby from her because I guess when she was a child, the Black woman's mother had some psychological issues, which had nothing to do with this Black woman now as an adult.
Okay.
But they're holding that against her as to why you're unfit for this child. So they take her baby and give it to her husband's mother. But then the movie ends.
Oh.
So that's the movie I watched. Netflix, bring the movie back so people can see what the hell I'm talking about, because it actually was pretty decent. I wouldn't put it up there with Flesh and Blood like I told y'all last week. But
yeah, that was good. I watched it. It was interesting. Yeah, that was a good movie. I definitely thought it was good. That dad was a trip.
Crazy.
I just wish it had more killing. It wasn't enough killing for me.
But the killing scenes that it did have in it were really good killing scenes.
Yeah.
But they could have had some more.
Yeah. I feel like it was going on for too long before I got a good kill.
Yeah. If I got to sit here and wait for it, then you're gonna kind of lose me. So you gotta you gotta keep it going.
Well, I would say too, it lost my boyfriend because he was like, "Okay, Karina, this is what are we watching?" I'm like, let's just give it a chance. Something's gonna happen, and when it did, it did. So.
Yes, I will say that. So yeah, when it picked up, it did. But yeah, so is that the last movie you watched, or did you watch anything after that?
So I feel like in this last 2 weeks, I've watched a lot of horror. I've watched a lot of horrors.
Yeah,
No.
you are sleepy.
Yeah, you're sleepy. No, I didn't watch a lot of porn. No, I watched I watched a new Wrong Turn, which was I thought it was really good. It wasn't your typical like it wasn't what I expected. I thought it was going to be like the original Wrong Turn, but it was in a way, but they put their own kind of twist on it, which I appreciated that. Like it was something new. And then also we got to, instead of it just being what happened in the present, we got to see the past and the present and, you know, like the future. Okay. So I like that. I love the ending. I thought the ending was wonderful. I would definitely recommend it.
That's definitely on my list. I will watch. I got so many things on my list. Tomorrow is just going to be a chill in the house. Let's watch some Netflix movies. And I even yelled with the movie. I was like, is it on Hulu? So I even went on Hulu, searched through, because y'all know I love me some Hulu. But I'm like, nah, it was definitely Netflix. But I told Karina I'm going to go home. She's going to probably get some random text. It's just going to be the title of the movie. But I'm going to try to, it's got to be there. But if y'all know what I'm talking about, please shout it in the comments. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we are talking about Black horror movies as we are rounding out Black History Month.
Which is some good Black horror.
It is. Black horror so, you know, to help me, because I be forgetful, I got a list. So we're going to go. So what I did with this list is I started from the earliest to the most recent.
Okay.
And it's pretty much just, it's not a list of all the movies, but
we came up with more while we were waiting.
Yeah.
when we thought
when we had
our mix up while we were late, but we were here on time. We weren't. Yeah.
But it's a list of movies that either we have seen or we have heard about or that we want to see that have Black actors, actresses, or even Black producers. So I'm going to start with the first movie.
Nope, we're going in chronological order.
This movie came out in 1968. It is one of my favorites. This is the original Night of the Living Dead, black and white.
Man, so I tried to watch this today, but I've been feeling under the weather today. So I started watching it, and I thought it was just like, because I watched that Nora documentary about Black horror. Mm-hmm. So that's where when I saw it on there, I was like, oh, what? There was a Black lead.
It is so good. Like, and then to be like, one of the things that got me is to be from the 60s where Black people really weren't leads, where they didn't really want to give anything to Black people.
And you could feel that present in the movie. Like from what I did see, like when she burst into that house, and then when he came up and he came to her defense, and then she realized it was a Black man, you could see it on her face. Like,
but he was like, you want to live? So,
right.
I mean, they listened to him.
He was whooping ass from what I saw.
He wasn't weak. And that's what I liked about, okay, here you guys are in the 60s, giving this Black man this lead. And
where he's slapping up white people.
Not letting him be like the weak one. Yeah. And he didn't get killed right away. Like,
but it was, I feel like, because I did see on the documentary how he got killed, and I thought that was complete bullshit.
Yeah, but that is, if you have seen that one, you know what I'm talking about. That is a favorite of mine. I can continue to watch it, and it does not get boring to me, and it's one of my favorites. I mean, the zombies over time have gotten better, but them 60 zombies, but that was my favorite. So, okay, now we're going to move on to this one I have not seen, but I do want to see it. This is from 1972, Blackula.
I know, I want to see that too. And Pam Grier's in it.
I know, right? I mean, I've heard of it and I know about it, and I normally watch, 70s, 80s horror, but I have not seen this one. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I gotta see what it's streaming on so I can watch it. I know it's out there somewhere.
I think hopefully it's on my Fire Stick, because I want to watch it, because I heard Pam Grier was excellent in that movie.
She's good at everything she does.
She is. Yeah.
She's good at everything. But I just have a thing for vampires in general. So
yeah, and I heard it was really like they showed Black people in a new light, like where, like, I guess it was one scene that took place in Egypt, and it was like a Black pharaoh and queen, and I'm like, okay, like
Oh, it's on
It's
YouTube.
on YouTube.
It's got to be on Prime because everything is on. Whatever is not on Netflix or Hulu or whatever is either on. Well,
Yeah, it's free.
I love me a free 99. I will have to see that, but yeah, I'm gonna have to see that one. So we're gonna go into your favorite one next. Okay, I'm gonna run down this list. So this one, 1992.
I already know what it is.
This one is Candyman.
Yes, I watched it today.
You was forever watching some Candyman.
I love Candyman. I mean, I don't know why, but even like watching it today, I was kind of like, I wish there would have been like, okay, so the part where he kills her friend, we didn't see how he killed her. We just heard it off.
We just know
we just know he fucked her up, like how she looked,
yes.
but we didn't we just heard it. And I'm like, I wish I would have saw that kill. Like
maybe that will be in the remake.
Hopefully. I was just thinking about that too today. Like it's not even it's technically a
reboot,
sequel,
whatever sequel. Yeah.
But I was just thinking about that today. Like I can't wait to see like where Jordan Peele goes with this, because I know the main character is the baby from the original one,
right?
And that baby, okay, today I was watching it, he is so cute, and he kind of looks like
really
the actor that's going to be playing that character, Anthony.
It'd be funny how they'd be finding people to look exactly like people.
Well, he's that guy that was in that show on I forgot what it's called, but it had I forget what is her name with the pretty eyes that's older. She just had that movie come out with it was Muhammad Ali, like A Night in Florida or Miami. What's that? What's her name? With the actress with the pretty. She was in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. She was the sister.
I feel like everybody got pretty eyes.
No, she did the voice for Riley on Boondocks.
Oh,
yeah, Regina King.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check a look at that. But yeah, Candyman is always a good classic. I mean, it's always gonna be one that is gonna
Tony Todd
scare the shit out of you. It is always gonna do that. It's always gonna give you that thought in the back of your head.
Like, don't say his name in the mirror. Like,
man, to this day,
I will never.
I'm still like, can I say it 5 times? Can I see Tony?
No,
can I want to see Tony if I say this 5 times? But yeah, it's always going to be one of them urban legends, that is just going to be out there, but it's always going to be a good one.
Yeah, I
think so, at least. All right, so we're going to roll it on down to the next one. This one came out in 1995. This one is Tales from the Hood.
Oh, one of my favorites too.
Yes.
Yeah, I like which one was your favorite?
I think the one with the little boy where his parents was arguing all the time. I think that's my favorite story from it.
I think it's mine too. Like, for real. I like the last one too, where he's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or the first one with Clarence.
That's a good one too. I didn't care too much for like the whole with the
dolls.
You know what? I did like the dolls.
I like the dolls too.
Because I got a thing for haunted dolls. I don't know what it is in movies killing people, but yeah, I did like that one. But it was just
the part where the guy fell down the stairs.
Girl, that was forever funny. That I don't know why, but I laugh on that part all the time. But I think the whole movie was good. I've got my favorite parts from it. But yeah, I thought that was really good. I mean, especially to see again, talking about with Black horror for Black History Month. All of the actors and actresses I think they did an amazing job.
They say that movie's haunted, actually.
Really?
Like a lot of people from that movie had like either tragic deaths or something like bad happened to them. Like for instance, the little boy that we see in there. Mm-hmm. After like Soul Food, we've never really seen like he just stopped acting or like.
Yeah, I haven't seen him or anything.
Paula, his mom, like she's. I mean. Not really.
So what did they actually say is like
the guy that played Kane, Lamont Bentley, he passed in a tragic car accident. Right. The officer in the first one that had got pinned to the wall at the end, he actually killed accidentally, of course, Bruce Lee's son on the set of
I did
Crow.
Hear about that.
Yeah. And he kind of went crazy after that. I watched. It was something on YouTube I had watched about it, and I was like, "Damn, this movie is kind of haunted." Like,
that is crazy, especially when it comes with a lot of like curses. So they say that come from filming horror
they say
movies.
some of the Fridays are.
Yeah, they said
cursed.
that too. And
The second one, I think.
which is crazy. I know, getting off topic, but they did say like Poltergeist had the curses. The people who from Exorcist,
Crow too.
Had the curses. People getting sick, people dying, passing away,
Yeah.
falling ill, which is crazy. So I kind of wonder, like, is it because are you touching something that you're not supposed to be touching? Are you messing with something you're not supposed to be?
Well, I know too. I'm like, what's your favorite scene of that movie?
From Tales from the Hood?
Because I'll tell you why. Well, I think I told you last night on the phone.
I think it would have to be. It is from the one where the boy fell down the stairs because of how he was treating him.
Oh yeah.
How he was treating him afterwards. I don't know why, but it was funny.
The sound he made, like,
yes, because he got him back. But it was just funny to me. So I think if I had to take it away, like, that would be my favorite scene. My
favorite scene is the end where they find out like he's the devil when he was like, "Welcome to hell, motherfuckers." And they're like shaking at the end, like, and they're like, "Is this real?" When they see themselves in the coffin, like that. That was the best scene.
That was funny. Yeah, I like how they had a little bit of humor, a little bit of like seriousness, a little bit of like, and they keep thinking it. So yeah, I mean, all around, that's a good classic as well. That's got to be in the list, especially if you're watching Black horror movies.
Of course, and it was by I believe it was a Black director, like Black cast. Like it was. The first one was great. Now the sequels,
they needed to stop. Like that. I mean, what? Why?
Who wrote them? Like, I couldn't even finish the third one. They tried to put Tony Todd.
Like comedies after that. They wasn't even like scary. They had nothing even to do with it.
It was really low budget too. Like,
yeah, they were.
Like I think for the third one they wasted all. Well, not wasted, but they probably like. Majority of the money probably went to getting Tony Todd in it. I feel like.
Right. Oh, Tony, we can get Tony's in. Okay, yeah, put it all in there.
I couldn't finish it.
Some movies they need to just stop. They need to just like we don't need that many.
Or do it with a real production.
Yes.
Like don't just slop something together. That's what I kind of got from that. Or like they were just trying. Like, okay, like the story, like on the second one, I don't know if you've seen the second one, but like the story about the vampire girls, like that were luring.
I've seen some of it, but you gotta really like,
or the dolls
be committed. Basically,
yeah,
they just
with the babies when the babies bursted out of that girl's stomach. I'm like, really? This is like she had sex with this big doll and then got pregnant. Like, what is this?
Yeah,
what is this nonsense?
Low budget and not good at all.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah,
I didn't care for it, but
I tried. I was like,
no. So I'm gonna. So okay. So this next one is, I want to say, one of my favorites. I mean, unforgettable scenes, great cast, just all around good. This is from the Tales from the Crypt. Demon Knight, which came out in 1995.
Watch that today too.
Yes. Now, this movie from start to finish, I mean, was excellent. Jada Pinkett, she did her thing in this.
There was one scene today though where I was like, okay, Jada, come on, get like what? The part where it was a part where like one of the like demons were coming through the window and it grabbed her and she's like, ah! Like she was. Oh, I'm like, okay, but then that was the only part in there where I'm like, okay, Jada.
Yes, and like what I told you on the phone, the part where she held that blood in her mouth to spit it in his face. I don't think I would have been able to hold it as long as she did.
Some blood?
I would have swallowed it, but
yeah, and he was spinning her around and like dancing
everything
with her
that he put her through, and she held it in her mouth just enough.
Yeah,
it was just enough.
I don't know if a lot of people have probably seen Demon Knight. Like it was like a Tales from the Crypt. If you know Tales from the Crypt, it was a like popular HBO show in the 90s where I feel like everybody like if you're born in the 90s or 80s, like the theme music, like and then how he pops out at the end and
Yes.
Tales from the Crypt, like
yes, with the skeleton. So yeah.
So the basis of the movie is like these two guys are like chasing each other, trying to get like this like goblet thing, like from like Bible times, and one's evil and one's good, and they meet at a hotel, and there's other people staying in the hotel, and Jada Pinkett's the female lead. It's kind of like the first time we've seen a black woman as a final girl in a horror movie,
and a strong lead too.
Yes, and I think the director had said she had just got done doing what's that movie where she played that movie, it was like back in the day, like Kane was Menace to Society.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So she had just got done with that role, and this was like her first scary movie, and Billy Zane's in it, and you're just seeing this like hellish night go down in a hotel, and everybody's getting tricked by Billy Zane, like he's kind of like the devil, like promising them things that they like give in to him, and then he turns them into zombies. And
it's almost like you had to befriend your neighbor. You had to befriend your stranger and
you had to pick a side.
Yes, because you were going to work together to try to overcome this night. Yep. Basically, it was like if you didn't survive the night, you were going to die
and become a demon.
So you had to try to come together, figure it out, and overcome the night.
Or although somebody does sacrifice themselves, so I feel like they went to heaven or whatever.
They went.
But somewhere. A lot of people were going with the devil. They were like, oh yeah.
Yes. So that is a classic. I can watch it over and over again. It does not get boring. I love movies that start off with action, give you action in the middle, and ends off with action. And Demon Knight does all of that. And the acting is phenomenal. If you act really well in a movie, you got me.
Yeah.
Give me somebody that I can relate to. It's got that.
I would like to see a sequel to that. I was just thinking about that today when I watched it. Like Jada's still looking good.
She
like
is. That is one that
get it, because
I don't mind a sequel.
The way that it ended, it could definitely be a sequel, because then she had the guy coming out. I'm like, oh, like
yes.
Let's I would like to see that. I could
definitely do a sequel on that one. That yes.
And how they gonna try to send a black guy after her?
Girl, they just had to throw some random person up in there. But that is a classic. If you haven't seen that one, you got to see that one.
We got some comments. Hey Micah.
So I'm a roll.
Hey
down
mama.
This one, I have not watched this one in a while, but I have seen it. I don't know if you really want to classify it as horror, but it can fall under that thriller suspense. This one came out in 1997. This one is Eve's Bayou.
Yeah. Eve's Bayou.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Eve's Bayou. That was horror. That was like a voodoo kind of.
It can fall under
horror.
It can fall. I mean,
I wish y'all could see his face. He was like,
it's like a thriller suspense.
I thought it was a kind of scary movie. It kind of that voodoo lady that she's like, bring me some hair, and I made a coffin, and she was kind of scary. I was a kid when that movie came out, so it was.
I was younger, so
and then you learned about periods on there when Megan Good's character got her period. Like, that's scary.
It did teach a lot. But yeah, I mean, it can fall under horror. It has a lot of.
It was in the Nora documentary.
Had, Journey when she was younger in there.
I feel like, was that Jesse Smollett? Because that's her brother, and it was her brother in the movie. I wonder if that was okay. It was one of her other brothers.
But
okay,
yeah. So,
oh yeah, I know the Smollett clan is pretty big.
A big family, but yeah, that when she's always been a good actress to me, no matter what she was in her age. But to be a child actor, especially still, I think early 90s, they were still trying to.
She kind of got on my nerves though, that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
and she was like I don't know, like, just tell me, like, just whiny, like, shut up.
Yeah, that one. I mean, I wouldn't say that's one that I would.
Megan Good's character was annoying as hell.
Man, I feel like they purposely give her like annoying characters.
She lied on her dad. And like, why would you lie and say your dad kissed you? Like, And your sister just basically killed your dad, like for you, like you lied. I was gonna tell you, like I wouldn't have talked to her for the rest of my life. Like, no, you made me kill daddy.
That is,
you know
crazy.
what I did for you. Like,
but I would put that on the list. It's not as I mean, looking back at it now,
right,
being like older, it's not as scary.
I wish we had more scary movies kind of around that concept of like voodoo.
Yeah, there does need to be. I think that is a good topic to actually like do, because you don't see that now.
If I do a horror movie, I want to do a voodoo.
It's either like supernatural, or the house is possessed, or there's a slasher killer, or something. That's like your main genres of horror now. Or we found this game in the attic.
Right.
Let's play this game.
Or we were nosy and we opened this chest that clearly said don't open it.
And I'm just gonna read these words out loud.
Right.
I don't know what they say.
But that's getting off topic a little bit. That's what gets me in those kind of movies. Like, how do you know the language? How do you know the language you like?
And it's always one person that can translate.
Right.
We need somebody to I know, like,
and it's always somebody random, like, okay, so you know, like Swahili, or like, you know,
just like, let us get killed. So if you can speak this language, then basically you can tell us.
I'm not reading shit.
Nothing. I'm gonna read it in my head, and then I'm gonna try to tell y'all what it say, but I ain't gonna read it out loud. So you found this in a box. It's a bunch of us. The box is dusty as hell. I'm just gonna read it out loud. And it don't sound good.
Well, even in the Mummy, like, off topic,
that made
when
me
it said
so
he who
mad.
opens his chest, like, and y'all gonna still open it.
That made me so mad. Oh, I'm just gonna struggle to get through these words. I gotta read this out loud.
I think the saddest kill in the Mummy was when that guy was like, my eyes, when he took my eyes, and he came back and finished them off.
That is crazy. But yeah, I would definitely put Eve's Bayou in.
I think Eve's Bayou is pretty good
in the list.
I want to mess with a Ouija board. I'm good. You done. Don't. I would. We talked about that last episode.
Yeah,
I would never mess with a Ouija.
I still wouldn't touch one to this day. I was just watching a documentary a couple of days ago where they was talking about the whole origin behind the Ouija board, and you know, people like testing it because they weren't certain whether or not it was real, and actually seeing like things actually happen. I'm just not. I
don't feel like there will ever be a horror movie with black people in a Ouija board.
No, I mean, we always gonna run.
Right.
I mean, we should. I'm not nice.
Like I said, when my friends pulled out that Ouija board when I was in like the 6th grade, they were like, aren't you gonna come down? We got a Ouija. I'm like, no. My mama told me not to mess with that kind of
shit. I'm definitely not.
I will be up here praying for you guys, okay?
In the movie, like, one of the things that got me, like, so the movie Ouija that came out about the Ouija board, I kind of feel there's some truth to that. When she said, if you look through the planchette,
I'm not doing
you
none
will
of that.
see the spirits.
No.
So I'm like, no, thank you.
I'm good.
That even got me. Every time that little girl held the planchette up and she was like looking and seeing spirits.
Nope.
That got me. So I'm not.
No thanks.
I don't want to know if you're here. If you're here, hey, okay, without me knowing you here, that's totally fine. But I don't need you knocking shit over and letting me know that you exist. So no.
Nope. I changed my mind. Good.
All right. So I'm gonna move on to this. Now this one, everybody should have seen this next one. If you did not see this next one, then you ain't black. This one came out in 2001. This one is Bones.
Wait. Before we get to Bones, you don't have Vampire in Brooklyn on that list? Because that's what I thought was next.
I do not have. This list was compiled of the best black horror movies.
I love Vampire in Brooklyn.
We could talk about it.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
We could talk about
Evil is good. When he was like, God damn, in the church, and everybody looked, he's like, God damn's anybody who don't come out on this play.
Yeah, I mean, I seen it. I thought it was good.
I need a sequel. Angela Bassett looks the same. Let's go.
She looks beautiful. I mean, that woman don't age.
No, she was beautiful in that movie to me. I was like, I want to be her.
Yes.
I want to be her.
Like we always say, just bite me.
Right. And Eddie Murphy was sexy as hell as a vampire.
You take my blood, bite me.
We could easily. Is he dead? Oh, I was gonna say. Okay, he could be fat. Fat niggas need love too.
They sure do. Well, hey, we gonna change the norm. Bring the fat vampires.
Bring the fat vampire. There's a fat vampire in True Blood. Who was fat? The one that was attached to the chair that Jason and them kidnapped, and they were draining him for his blood, and he was like, I thought when I became a vampire I was going to be sexy, but nope, I'm just fat still. He was a fat vampire.
Yeah, he kind of was big.
He was big as hell.
He was big. He had a gut. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So not all vampires are sexy.
All right, yeah, well, that's Vampire in Brooklyn, but let's go to Bones.
Bones? Okay, so I tried to watch it the other day and I was like, I can't. I like the backstory as to how Bones came.
I do too.
I thought that was dope, but no, I thought Snoop Dogg was phenomenal in there. It was the other actors that
did a really good job.
Did it for me. It was the other like the young kids. They're acting.
It was the whole thing with like, so you think he's your dad? Like with the girl. I don't
like. How does she not know that? Like she didn't know nothing about her father. Like, and y'all live right across the street from where he got killed.
That's the thing that got me, y'all. Like
nobody in the neighborhood talked about him anymore.
Like everybody in the neighborhood know about that building,
right? So or knew about him because he was like a pretty dope guy before he got killed.
This was that building. You mean to tell me like no one knew stories?
I think they should definitely like look into remaking it. I think. Really? But like with a horror twist or something?
Yeah, I think
I can see that.
Yeah, different with the spinoff, but
Pam Grier's still kicking. I mean, we could definitely.
Yeah, she was, and Snoop.
I thought that they did have some pretty. Yeah. I thought they had some pretty cool effects in that movie, like especially when when he put his friend in that wall and he was like he was in that wall. Yeah. He's like, help me. Like I'm like, dad. I would have been like, dad. Like
yeah, that one. I mean, I don't think I can get bored of watching it. I think I can watch it over and over again.
Yeah, it was just like the supporting cast that sucked to me.
Yeah, I think now, like, I don't know, I kind of find it more humorous than anything. If I try to like watch it back now, it's funny to me. But I mean, Bones is on the list. It's an iconic black horror movie. I will put it out there. Okay, so now we're gonna move into some movies that some people should know. This one came out in 2017. This is compiled on this list. This is Get Out.
Oh, of course. Classic.
Yes, classic. There's you know what? It amazes me that there are people that actually tell me that they did not like Get Out, which I kind of feel like they didn't get it.
No, yeah, they couldn't have got it. I feel like I didn't like it at first until I rewatched it a couple times and I was like, oh shit. Like what was scary? Jordan Peele has a really good way of picking out weird songs for his movies. Like
he does.
That song in the beginning, that like I had accidentally fell asleep when I lived by myself with that. Like you know how you have the DVD and they'll have like the main menu where they'll have music. So like I fell asleep on my couch and that music got really loud. It was like, oh, and I woke up like super scared. Like what is going on? I feel like a seance is going on in the middle of my living room.
That is crazy. Like, yeah. That is deep. It's a lot of
references.
It's a lot of references. It's a lot of stuff that will go over your head. I think you have to watch it a couple of times
it's like us
to truly understand it.
Multiple times. Yeah,
definitely. I think that's the best way. That's what I did. I watched it twice, and then I went on YouTube and some stuff on Google, and it broke down every scene, and I was like, okay, I thought that was that. Okay, but yeah, I think it's really good. The thing that killed, like, I love when you have like a really serious horror movie, but they've got that person. There's some funniness to it. Like his friend.
Yeah, his friend was funny as hell.
His friend, like, it was a great balance of not too much funny.
Yeah.
Not, it wasn't like lame, but it was like just enough. So I was just like, yeah, we needed you.
Okay, but let's talk about the ending though. That would never happen in real life.
No.
Did you ever see the alternate ending?
I don't think I
The
did.
alternate ending is way more okay. So spoiler alerts. If you guys haven't, like, who hasn't seen Get Out, but if you haven't, so the alternate ending is basically where the police show up and he gets caught and he's in prison and he's about to have his trial for killing all these white people.
Really?
Yes.
I think why I didn't watch it is because I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced this, but when you buy DVDs or you are watching the so-called made for TV from the DVD version and they give you an alternate ending, there's no difference to me.
That one was completely different.
Like whenever I'm watching something and it's an alternative ending, it'd be looking like the same shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, there is nothing.
It'd be like something slightly different, like, oh, he has a red shirt on instead of a blue one.
Exactly. So I think that's why I don't really watch them no more. Well, yeah, but lately to me it seems like here's an alternate or the director's cut.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you look just like what I just saw in the movie theater. What's different?
Right.
but okay, so after Get Out, this one was in 2019. Now this one I loved. I don't know if I know you've seen it, but this one I don't know why, but I love this movie. This one is Ma.
Yeah, Ma was cool.
You didn't like Ma? You didn't like the ending? I loved Ma, but the thing that got me was if I'm not gonna go to some random lady's house that I don't know because she said we can drink in her basement. Like,
I mean,
that right there sends killer vibes.
Yeah, it was a small town. Like, everybody knew each other, kind of. But how did they not know that was her daughter? Like, that was a weird part of that movie to me. Like,
yeah,
how do y'all go to school with this girl? And so she's never come to a parent teacher conference or like a concert or nothing. Like, you guys didn't put two in. They were the only two black people in the town besides that boy.
Somebody had to have known. But the fact that Ma held on to this grudge for so long,
I think I would have too, though. You made me
that your fellow classmates have teenagers and now you're gonna get them back. I mean, like, granted, I can hold a grudge. I think I can hold a grudge till I die. I still got grudges from kindergarten. Like, I can hold a grudge, but how she carried this through, like, really? Seriously? I mean, they made you that mad. It barely made me sit there and think.
They made her suck a
damn.
Like, didn't they make her give?
Don't mess with nobody, because when y'all kids get into college and shit, like,
you never know.
You may have
happen.
You may have a crazy mom out there that's gonna come back and get you. So you better be careful. Treat people, accordingly. But I thought it was good. I can watch it again. It was crazy, but yeah, I can watch it again. Okay, so this is the last movie on the list. I got more movies.
Yeah, definitely.
But from the list of top movies, this one rounds it out, which we've already talked about. Also came out in 2019. This is Us.
One of my faves. I love it.
Never watched Us?
I didn't watch Us because everybody did with Us what they did with Get Out.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a chance to enjoy the movie because all the super woke folks spent all day dissecting it.
Me.
That I didn't give a chance.
And I get that because, like, I'm the same way. Like, if a lot of people is hyping something up, I'm just gonna wait till the hype die down before I actually like watch something. But the hype, I don't know, the hype was just too good for Us, so I had to see it.
I would say for me, because I did research before I saw it, like on like everybody's theories of what it was going to be about. Like, to me, it was something completely different than what I was expecting, and I like that. And I liked, like I said before, I like the twist at the end where you're like, holy shit, she's the one. Like, but there was also like subtle things like during the movie that made you think like when she killed, she was like kind of like savage, like like the people were like,
Yeah.
like you could see those instincts coming out from when she was down living
Yeah, you really could.
with them. Like, okay,
The killing, but amazing killing scenes. Y'all know I love me a good ass killing scene. The killing scenes got to be on point. I'm sorry, but the girls, the sisters in the house,
the twins, yeah.
yes, that was a good scene.
They looked creepy as hell when it was like their doppelgangers. Like,
yes,
I was
they,
like,
they
ew.
did. I think they did such a
That
good
kill
job.
scene was crazy. Like,
It was
the whole family.
I ain't gonna give it away for the y'all who have not seen it, but if you
haven't
have not seen Us,
You're crazy.
just wait till you get to the part with the white family in the house and y'all know somebody about to get killed, because that scene gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But that was a good one. So that compiles the list that I had from top Black horror movies. So now we're going to some movies that we was just
Honorable mentions.
we
yeah.
was just honorable mention, throwing out some names while we was sitting in the hallway. So this top one that I have here is People Under the Stairs.
Classic.
Have you seen that?
I heard they're remaking it.
I think I saw that somewhere too. I think so many things got put on the back burner with COVID,
I know,
but
I'm
I
so
did
sick of
see
it.
that they were supposed to be
Like Candyman.
remaking it. Right.
I wish they would just drop it. Just drop it, Jordan Peele. I'm gonna say that every episode. Just drop it, please.
Yeah, hopefully it do. But yeah, I loved People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, I
thought
like
it,
that
I
too.
thought it was, it's not scary.
Not to me, yeah.
But it's full of like action. It's got thriller. It's got suspense. We've got our people that just, I'm not gonna watch it because it's scary, but
It's not scary.
it's not scary. You guys will be okay.
Yeah.
It's a good classic. If you like suspense, if you like thriller, if you like, I wouldn't even say that it had a lot of jump scares, but
No.
if you just like,
It was like 90s kind of horror.
yeah,
like-
it was what you consider your typical like 90s horror at the time, which really wasn't horror. It was more like thriller, suspenseful type of movies.
yeah.
It was really good. And the cast was good as well. I love when movies have kids,
Mm-hmm.
kid actors. I just think they do an amazing job when they're acting as kids. So that's a good one. Now this next one, oh my God, y'all. This is my favorite movie.
What?
This one is my favorite. This one is The Craft.
Oh yeah, The Craft is classic.
This is a classic.
The black girl was like the whole story with the hair.
Yes.
Because that's how white people are like nowadays. Like,
Yes.
but they secretly be.
I got
wanting
so
your
many
hair.
people's heads I want to make bald, y'all. But like,
Right. When she was like, it just keeps falling out.
I got that scene was
Like, got her ass back.
and and that's the type of shit that I would do too.
Me
I
too.
would
I
really
would've
do
did it.
some. So, you want to talk shit about me because I can dive better than you can? Okay, I got something for.
Look,
something for
it's
you.
one of her Negro hairs.
She deserved it. She
Yeah.
deserved everything.
Made her
she
shit
got.
fall clean out.
I have not watched the so-called rebootish remake. I haven't watched
Me
that yet
either.
because I was really upset that they was doing that. I feel
Yeah,
like
some movies just leave them alone.
there are some classics just like don't touch it, just leave it alone. But I did watch the trailer and the trailer did look a little interesting, so I may give it a go. But it kind of seemed like it was completely different from the original, but kind of still on that same aspect of
Okay.
the high school girls coming together to form this witch clan. But that was my favorite one. And I did not like the girls acting in that sitcom. What was it? Sister, Half and Half.
Oh,
She got on my nerves in that. So, but she did real good in The Craft, but she should have just left it. Okay, so this one, y'all. I think this one should still be on Netflix. I was pleasantly surprised because I did not know that this movie was going to turn out to be how it was. This one is The Girl with All the Gifts.
oh yeah, that was great.
Now,
That was actually, I like that.
this movie is the shit.
We have
So
a little,
now,
we
you
have a
know,
little
sometimes
black girl lead.
we give
like,
y'all
yeah.
spoiler alerts sometimes, so there may be some in this one. So this one again, kid actor,
All kids, yeah.
She's the lead. I love kid actors, and she's a black girl. She did,
And it was a book.
yes. I didn't read
I
the
like
book.
this too.
She did an amazing job. Now, when I found the movie, I think I watched this movie maybe last year, a few years
Yeah.
ago. when I found the movie, I was doing what I always do: cook my food, sit down. I need something to watch. Let me go through this. I read the synopsis, but I wasn't thinking it was going to give me what it gave me. Y'all, it's a zombie movie. Like, if you love zombies,
Yeah.
like this is the one. Like, this is the best zombie movie.
I saw a zombie movie recently, and surprisingly, it's got a black actress lead, and it was Lupita again,
Mhm.
but it was Little Monsters, and it had zombies and kids, and she's like a teacher, and she's trying to protect her class from. They're on a field trip, and like this weird zombie outbreak happens, just like on this stretch of land. Like they isolate it, but there's a kindergarten class. They're stuck. And she's like trying to keep her kids alive, and they're running from these zombies. So it was really cute and really good. And
yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I do want to.
I think it's on Hulu.
Definitely, it is still on Hulu. Definitely want to see that one. But if you guys have not seen The Girl with All the Gifts, I highly recommend.
Yeah, that was really
the
good.
movie. I mean, it kind of starts off like, where is this going? But just for a little bit, just for a little bit, but it's gonna get there. It's amazing. I would definitely watch that. Another one that we talked about that we just threw out there was Blade.
Oh yeah, Wesley Snipes.
I mean, who did not want to be Blade, or who didn't think they could be Blade?
Right, or Rollerblade, like
right. I mean, it was the way that they kind of had these.
I had the
futuristic
Blade
type of,
dolls
like,
when I was
zombies.
little. I had the Whistler doll, the Blade doll. My mom was so cool. Like she bought us like all kinds of like stuff like that. Like Blade was a big like part of our family. Like every time a new one came out, we went and saw it.
And I honestly think like
my dad thought he was Blade too.
This is one of the movies that I can honestly say that the sequels were good. You know, like most of the time, like, why are you doing a sequel? Like, leave it alone.
They were good.
This is one that I can honestly say that the sequels were actually good.
Yep, all three movies were good.
All of them were fantastic.
I don't think Wesley Snipes could pull it off now, though. I just saw him in a movie recently. Well, I feel like they still should kind of include Wesley, but not as like his.
Not
own,
as
He's old now.
Like,
he's
just
Papa.
come in for like a few seconds and give us a line,
or
something.
maybe he could be like the new Blade's dad. Like he had a kid down the line or something. I don't know. Like what? Yeah.
You know, I heard that. I heard somebody say that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I heard. Speaking of comic books, when I was younger, this is off topic, y'all. Y'all know we love to go off topic. But when I was little, I used to get those comic books, the Fangoria.
Girl,
you remember those? Do you know about those? You don't know about those?
No.
Okay, so real quick, y'all. It's these comic books. I don't even think that they even make them anymore, but it was comic books that were strictly made around horror. So there was one comic book.
What, like kind of like a creep show or Tales from the Crypt?
Show? Yeah, they were called Fangoria, and they had, they were like magazine comic books, and they had like stories about like certain movies that were coming out. They talked about like different directors who may have did movies, how special effects were done, like behind the scenes, like pictures from sets. Like different stuff like that. And I would like try to like hide them because I didn't want my mama to think I was crazy. But I used to get these comic books all the time and like read them. So this is the last movie that we're gonna talk about before we wrap it up with y'all. This one is another classic. This one is Queen of the Damned.
Yes, Aaliyah.
Yes, if you have not seen Queen of the Damned, this was rest in peace, Aaliyah. Yes, but this was you were gonna go on to something big after this. And I mean, you killed this role. Like,
yeah, it was interesting to see if you like are familiar with the Anne Rice books. Like, this is like a sequel to like a line of different movies, like Interview with the Vampire, Lestat, like all that. These are books, so it was interesting to see the Queen of the Damned actually be black. Like,
yes, that's what got me. I mean, and still to be like, you know, in the 90s, and it's still, you know, becoming new. And it was Aaliyah. I mean, because we all knew her from her music, and so this was giving us a chance to see like her acting, which was out of this world. I mean, just amazing. The whole movie, like everything, I just from beginning to end, I loved it. But yeah, if you haven't seen, if you have, you know what, I ain't even gonna ask y'all if you haven't seen it.
Was that the character that was the vampire in the movie like black women because he was from New Orleans, so. And he was originally played by Brad Pitt.
I kind of feel like everybody should have seen Queen of the Damned at least
classic.
now. It's a classic, but yeah, I mean that's rounding out, you know, the horror movies.
I mean, there's plenty
so
with that we
many.
didn't mention, but you know,
sorry if we missed
next
your
year.
favorite, but there are so many of them out there. We could have just went on hours about talking about black horror, but
of course,
I just wanted to talk about some of the, you know, the popular ones, the ones that a lot of people have watched and seen or may have, you know, known about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so next month is gonna take us into March.
Leprechaun.
I'm
gonna start watching those, I think, tonight.
Lucky Stuff. So yeah, we're gonna
Leprechaun in the Hood.
We're gonna talk about some Leprechaun movies next month for March. Come up with some other topics for you guys, which we'll definitely let you guys know about. I guess follow You Can't Scare Us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. If you're not following, follow.
If you like to talk about spooky shit, just follow us.
If you like spooky stuff, if you like scary stuff, if you like thrills and chills.
And if you don't, we'll watch them for you and just tell you about them.
It's all there. So I'm trying something new with my IG. So if you guys like what you saw on IG, this is every other Saturday, 5:00. I will try to do this often for you. Since if you don't follow me on Facebook, it'll be there. But y'all gotta have a Facebook if you do go there.
Right.
Yeah, we just talk about scary shit.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Two black girls that love horror.
All right. Well, make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe to our page, and
all of that.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, y'all.
Watch some scary shit this next 2 weeks.